Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo and welcome to day 11 of a year of change. Today we're going to do things a little bit differently. Throughout the past 10 days or so, we've been sort of really getting into heavy topics, especially where we're just sort of starting out and setting ground rules and where we want to go and different goals and things like that. So today we're sort of going to delve into a little more of the practical aspects of it. It's going to be a little bit lighter because some of the topics did tend to get a little heavy last week as well. So we're going to sort of lighten the mood and, get away from that for the time being. And especially where this week we're really sort of delving into, for lack of a better term, the meat and potatoes of it. We're really getting into actively tracking our foods and things like that. And you're probably going to notice, if you haven't already, that, as you get close to your goal, you've already started thinking about ways to tweak it so that it's going to, be a little bit better here and there. So that's mainly what we're going to concentrate on today. Specifically, something that's probably going to be a hurdle for a lot of us, and that is snacking. Now, the majority of the time when, the way that we probably eat, or that I do anyway, is that throughout the day you're constantly snacking on little things here and there. And let's face it, they aren't fruits and vegetables, it's usually junk food. So I want to sort of concentrate on that aspect of it and offer a few alternatives to that are, still going to be good. They aren't going to be things like, celery sticks and carrot sticks and rice cakes and stuff like that. I mean, if we could eat that way, then we wouldn't need this. So to say, no, instead of reaching for a cookie, go for a rice cake is just ridiculous. You're not going to do it, I'm not going to do it, and they taste like dust anyway. So what I sort of want to do is to look at, where those cravings are coming from and how we can still, satisfy them, not in a great way, but better than what we're doing now. So, whether your thing is greasy food or salty foods or sugary foods, stuff like that, we're going to do a different one each week, just to sort of gradually add more and more beneficial stuff in. So for this one, I'm going to do the one which I think is probably going to be the vast majority of you, that I'm a salt person myself. Don't often have sugary stuff in my house. When I do, though, I go well overboard. There have been many a tube of cookie dough in my past, but for the most part, I'm a salt person. But I'm going to sort of concentrate on the ones with the sweet tooth in this one. So when you normally try to get something like that, like when you get that craving, you're usually going for something like ice cream or a snack cake or a cookie of some sort or candy or something like that. And primarily it's just to get that sugar into you. Again, some of them, there's the cake part of it or the cookie part, but the vast majority of it is the sugar. So in order to sort of be able to give you that same amount of sugar, but not have empty sugar, if that makes sense, then we're going to try to add something else. Now, by empty sugar, I just mean it's pretty much just sugar and, lard and flour. That's pretty much all that there is to stuff. And although the calories are sort of part of it, trying to get to a point where you can still get that sugar, but maybe add a few extras into it is going to be the main focus. So that brings us to this. This is a dried date. And if you've ever had a date square before, then you already know how these taste. With date squares, they don't add sugar to them or anything else. They just mush them up and stick them in a square. So this, I think, is going to probably be, for me anyway, and hopefully for you as well, your best bet for getting your sugar that you need. And there's a number of different reasons why I think this is probably going to be better than doing the junk food route. These are about 80% sugar. Not that they're added in or anything. This is just a dried date. But about 80% of its weight is fructose and glucose. So just the natural sugars that are in the fruit itself. But on top of that, there are a number of other things that come with it that make it a really, not exactly a great snack food, but a hell of a lot better than just the empty calories that you're going after with the cookies and cakes and stuff. Aside from the sugar in it, there's a lot of dietary fiber in it, which is always good. Now, these aren't like prunes. Don't worry. You're not going to, eat a handful and then spend the rest of the day in the bathroom. But it's enough that your body's going to notice. You may not, but your body will. There are a number of different vitamins and minerals that are in there that we need. There's calcium and manganese and magnesium as well, which helps with bones. There are tannins in the skin and in the flesh, which is good for... I don't know what they're good for, but it's supposed to be beneficial. And then there's... I don't want to say... like miracle cure stuff, but there are those that say that it helps with everything from eyesight to helping with childbirth and everything else. I imagine you have to eat quite a few of them, but just like little things in it that, are better than just eating a handful of sugar. You're not going to cure your eyesight by eating 2 pounds of dates, let's face it. But, there is stuff in there that, again, is more beneficial than just going for the junk food. So I'm going to leave some links in the description below as well if you want to get more information on it. It's just like the nutritional information, stuff like that. But the main thing I found with these is that, surprisingly, they're cheap. You can get about 100 grams worth, which is about 12 or 15 of them, for about 50 cents. So it averages out to around $2.50 a pound, somewhere around there. The last batch that I bought, I got a huge bag about the size of my head for $7. And you can get them at bulk stores, regular grocery stores, wherever you can get your dried fruits and stuff like that. I don't know when they're in season. I'm up in Canada, and there's still snow on the ground up here right now. Quite a bit of it, actually. And I still got them for 50 cents for 100 grams. So, now, I guess the main thing with these as well is the calorie count. Now, 100 grams of like a cookie or a Twinkie is probably going to be actually less than these. But, again, you're trading off, the empty sugar and lard for something that's going to be beneficial in the long run. So they run about 25 calories a piece. So if you're eating 100 grams worth, you're looking at about 15 dates. All right. So about 275 calories for 15 dates. And, but on top of that, you're getting the sugar that you want, and you are going to get a lot of sugar. These are really, really, really sweet. After about probably 6 or 8 of these, you're going to notice that there's a very faint molasses taste to them, and it's going to get to be a little much. It's really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet. It's really sugary, but it's going to give you that, that it's going to alleviate that sugar craving that you have. But you probably will get about 10 in, and you're going to say, okay, that's okay, need a drink. But it's good to sort of start your day off with these, or snack throughout the day, as long as you keep track of how many you've had and then just document it in your app. Now, another thing where they have so much fiber in them that you're going to get filled up fairly quickly. They're really, really filling. You won't be able to eat 2 or 3 handfuls at a time because you'll get full. And I wouldn't recommend doing that anyway because that's going to put you way over. But they fill you up fairly quickly. The sugar is probably going to hit you before the filling does, just because it's like sort of chewing a really chewy, molassesy raisin thing. For those of you that don't like raisins or dried fruits or things like that, this may not be your thing. I would still urge you to try it because, some of you may like it, some of you may not like it, but at least you've tried it. And the majority of people are probably going to like it. There's different tastes for everyone, though. I, for one, do not like chocolate at all. Not a big fan of dark chocolate, not a big fan of milk chocolate. White chocolate I'm okay with, which sounds vaguely racist, but it's not. But in general, if someone was to offer me chips or chocolate, I'll take the chips. Actually, if someone was to offer me nothing in chocolate, I probably would take the nothing over it. I really have never developed a taste for it. I've never cared for it. Not a big fan. And I know a lot of you are probably gasping like crazy right now. But, so it's different. Some of you are going to like it. Some of you aren't going to like it. But, at least try. Even just if you bought, a small handful just to try out, and if you don't like them, you don't like them. We're going to be doing this, once a week at least. We're going to have, one or two different things that you're going to try, and we'll eventually hit on something that you're going to find, that's going to be my go-to snack then, instead of like Twinkies or Oreos or something. You're going to have something that you'll be able to go to that number-wise may not be great, but health-wise is going to be better than the stuff that we're eating now. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all that this is. For this one is just sort of a way to start things off and say, here's something different to try, whether you like it or not. I think the majority of you are going to. And if you can, leave a comment in the comments field below and just let us know what you thought. Whether or not it's a good thing, whether or not you think that you have a different alternative to it, or if you have a suggestion for something that you have found helps you, that maybe people haven't thought of before, that you can say, maybe none of you have even heard of a date before, but if there's something there that you think that is going to help other people, you can say, try this. This is what I use, for my snacks now, and I've gotten away from ice cream, or I try this instead of cookies, and it helps. I'm sure there are going to be some that are saying, try the peanut butter and celery and stuff, but that's a long way down the road. For right now, I sort of still want to keep that, not exactly that junk food feel, but the sort of thing that, like, when you try these, it tastes like a candy, like, a chewy candy. It doesn't taste like a vegetable or a fruit or anything else, but you are getting some of the benefits along with that. And further down the road, then, we can adjust again, so that we're getting away from, like, high sugary foods and into something that's a little healthier that way. And, gradually we'll get to a point where, when you're thinking of a snack, it's going to be something that you're really going to enjoy, but still good. Don't know if you're ever going to get to the point where you think carrot sticks are your favorite snack. I enjoy carrots. I like them a lot, but it's not the first thing I think of when I think of a snack. And I don't think very many people do. So, but we'll try to keep things realistic. We'll try to keep things, enjoyable. And especially now where it's still very early and we're easing into this, I want to have it so that we're doing things that, again, are realistic and that you're going to look at, you're going to try, you're going to enjoy, and in the long run, you're going to stick with. So next time you're out, get to the store, grab a handful of these. They look like little bugs, but you can get past that. They should be fine. And they're really, really soft and squishy. But, just try a couple. Let us know, what your opinions are on it. And like I say, if you have any other suggestions for it, things like that, certainly let us know. And, we'll be able to share along with that. I keep almost dropping this on the floor. And because I keep putting it down and picking it back up, there's now hair on it. I don't know where it would get a hair. I do have cats, so it might be from that. But they're like little tiny fuzzy ones. So it might just be dust bunnies. I don't know. So yeah, don't eat dust bunny encrusted dates. They probably don't taste very well. I'm probably not going to eat this one now. But give it a try. Let us know, what you think of it down in the comments below. As I say in the description, I'm going to put a little bit more information in case you're curious and want to find out what tannins do. This is just the information that I was able to find real quickly. I haven't gone into in depth about the childbirth thing or the, improving eyesight and stuff like that. But just a couple of quick little links showing, the nutritional information for 100 grams. So when you're doing MyFitnessPal, if you decide that you are going to have some, then you can grab 12 or 15 of them and you can quickly scan it in. You'll have all the information in there that you need. And I think actually MyFitnessPal already has a number of different entries for dates that you can look at. So you should be good there as well. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching it. If you liked it, poke the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.